Sebastian Fundora is stepping up to face Erickson Lubin. This is without a doubt the toughest test of his career. He's coming off a controversial 12-round decision win over Sergio Garcia. Sergio Garcia will be also fighting on the undercard. He will face former middleweight champion Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison known for beating Jermall Charlo, then getting knocked out in the rematch. Also has been knocked out by Jarrett Hurd. He gave him a good fight, but he just can't keep it up. He guesses light, usually. Also on the undercard, we got Brian Perella, the guy who basically beat Tony Harrison, but did not get the decision, facing Kevin Zambrano. Kevin Zambrano, according to a lot of people, he's a really good prospect. He's 5'11". He's a Mexican. This is his first fight in the United States. A lot of people that have watched him say that he's a very skilled fighter. He doesn't have the typical Mexican style. He likes to box and move. I cannot confirm or deny that because I have not seen him fight yet. But these fights, all three of them that I just mentioned, I'm intrigued with all three of them. Now, obviously, this card, I have no predictions in the two undercard fights. If I had to pick, I'd pick Garcia to beat Harrison, either by late stoppage or by clear decision. And I've seen Perella fight. He's a decent fighter. I have not seen Zambrano fight, so I cannot give a prediction on that. But Lubin and Fundora, I think I've watched a total of 10 fights for them in the past couple of days, and I have a good sense of how each guy fights. Fundora is a 6'6" light middleweight. Believe it or not, he's 6'6". He has a 80-inch reach. That's basically like Vladimir Klitschko's figures. Vladimir Klitschko, long-reigning heavyweight champion of the world. You got a light middleweight who has the same exact figures as Vladimir Klitschko. And you got Erickson Lubin. I don't know, obviously. I was about to say, I don't think he's as big. Obviously, he's not that big. He's, 5'11", 5'10", 5'9", 74-inch reach. He has only one loss in his career against Jermall Charlo. Has beaten the likes of Jason Rosario, Terrell Gasha, Ish Smith. He retired Ish Smith, was the only person to ever stop Ish Smith. So he has a decent resume. Nothing too crazy. But he's known for being one of Jermall Charlo's more impressive knockout victories of his career. Jermall Charlo knocked him out within 2 minutes? Absolutely destroyed him. It was like a right hook, uppercut. He absolutely destroyed him. Now, Erickson Lubin, he's a very skilled fighter. I believe he is a southpaw. Let me just make sure. I don't want to give out anything about him. Yeah, he is a southpaw. Sebastian Fundora, I'm pretty sure he's an orthodox fighter. Yes, he is. No, he's a southpaw as well. My bad. So they're both southpaws. Erickson Lubin, there's one thing about him. He's a very skilled fighter, but he has two weaknesses, in my opinion. And I think they're going to be the weaknesses or the attributes that are going to decide this fight. His first weakness that's not talked about as much as his other weakness is that he always moves in straight lines. Even when he goes back, he's always in a straight line. And, I just thought about something else. He likes to bend down to his right. To his right or... to his backhand, his left hand. He likes to bend down to his left hand, going right into a right uppercut that way, or a right hook. So that's also one thing. He'll avoid the right hand, that's good. But if you're fighting a guy who fights on the inside, like Fundora does fight on the inside, you go right into his shots. So he has that tendency as well. But his main weakness is a very fragile shin. We've seen him get blasted out in the first round against Jermall Charlo. And Jermall Charlo is a fantastic puncher. I know his resume is only 34 wins. Out of his 34 wins, only 17 knockouts. But he's a fantastic puncher. He reminds me of Deontay Wilder, Jermall Charlo. I know his knockout ratio is not near 100% like Wilder, but he's that type of guy. Even if you're beating him, he can erase everything with a punch. So Charlo is that type of guy, and Erickson Lubin was not beating him. If Charlo was Wilder, then Erickson Lubin was his Brazil. Just bamboozled in the round. Even though a lot of people thought Lubin would be the one to beat Charlo, he got absolutely destroyed in a round. Now, there's no shame into losing against Charlo, but The problem with Lubin is we've seen him get hurt several other occasions. And Fundora, he has a good engine. He has decent power. Many people like to act out he doesn't have good power. But Fundora also has now weakness. Just, if there's a word worse than a weakness, type in the comments below. He gets hit by everything. He doesn't like to dodge punches. He's allergic to defense. So he gets hit by everything. Now, Fundora has so far shown a decent chin. I don't expect him to get stopped early by Lubin. I would not be surprised if Lubin got stopped early. Another point is, if it's a competitive fight, I don't see Lubin getting a decision either. Because Fundora is the guy that they're trying to build up. I believe he is from Mexican heritage. And he's basically a freak show. He's 6'6", 6'7". He catches the eye. And they want to build him up into a household name. Erickson Lubin, I think the ship has sailed. They know for a fact that he's not going to be built up into a household name. They're not even going to attempt that. So if there is going to be any favoring from the judges, it's going to be towards Fundora. And saying all that, a lot of people have been picking Lubin. And I get why. He looks skilled. Fundora does not look skilled. I honestly cannot see a way where Lubin wins this fight. Unless it's a punch from the guts. He just lands a perfect right hook, a perfect straight left hand does not work. Left hand. A perfect left hand, and he knocks him out. That's the only thing. Other than that, I cannot envision it happening. Now, I want to apologize to everyone for making this video very late, very close to the fight. But Ramadan, as I pointed out in my last video, we're in the middle of Ramadan. We're fasting from dawn to dusk. So it's very hard to focus from right now. But here's this video, and I'm going to release the Garcia video very soon. Like and subscribe, enjoy the video. Sneak Boxing out.